Hey guys, DM Philosopher here, match the name. I'm just going to go over my latest pack here. So this is the last in my dragon series. I've done all of the chromatic dragons to date, and this is the last one, the black dragon Lair. So obviously this is very swampy or jungly, and it suits any sort of creature that comes from that sort of climate, because there's nothing that specifically says black dragon in the map, but obviously this is the home territory of the black dragon. Just think of it for dramatic purposes, why I called it the black dragon Lair. So let's have a look at the basic map. Okay, so this is the basic map. What we've got is we've got some sprawling ruins, and sort of the brown swampy water with little islands of sort of reed covered just gunk, really. There's a lot of vegetation around, obviously, because of the water and the heat of the climate, and it actually obscures the grid in a lot of cases. So, but once you get down nice and close to the action, you can still see the grid. It's still there, the detail is still there, and so on. It shows clearer through in the ruins, and if you're on VTT, then you can obviously use this here to set your grid. Otherwise, you can use the gridless version. So this is the gridless version. It's exactly the same map, just without the grids, and you can set the grid yourself if you're on VTT. So that's the basic map. We also have a night version. So this is the night version with the grid on. The night version, you can actually see the grid come through on the islands. The swampy water doesn't show the grid. So it's actually in some ways a little bit clearer, but you could see how the characters would have to pick their way through the environment, especially if they wanted to avoid vegetation that would increase the volume of their movements as such. So that's the night version, and obviously the night version gridless. I think that looks quite atmospheric and nice. Now, as per usual, my packs come with point of view shots. So let's have a look at them. So I've taken them in a sequence that slowly approaches and comes around the bottom and then towards the back of the ruins, just so that there's a set sort of sequence to the shots. These shots that are taken in daytime are also taken at nighttime. They're exactly the same nighttime locations and angles. It's just that it's got a dark filter over it. So here we're approaching the ruins and sweeping the landscape. You can see that the vegetation is very thick, and it does obscure a lot, and finally they sort of break through that vegetation and can see the ruins themselves, and they head into the ruins. Here's the circular sort of tower part here, and we've got sort of the main body of the ruins, and then here we've got that sort of fallen arches, sort of bridge like thing. Yeah, so that's quite a nice little feature part there. I could imagine that God knows what could be hiding under there in that swampy water. And this is the reverse angle there, and heading up to the raised platform, which could make a nice site for a climatic battle as such. So then we sort of get an angled shot, sort of a higher angle shot looking over the ruins, and then we've got the same in the nighttime ruin shots. So approaching, and that is the battle mat for the Black Dragon Lair. I hope you enjoy that. You can find that on RPG Now. I'll post a link under my YouTube video if you happen to find it through the YouTube channel. Otherwise, happy gaming, people. Thanks for listening.